Decolonize Sports. We are live from Hong Kong here with Claudia Jimerson, Director of Operations for the Haudenosaunee women's lacrosse team. How's the first 48 hours been treating you here in Hong Kong?
It's been great here. It's really was a tough trek to try to get here. We were, cleared in Canada just in the nick of time. We had to, really work with the agents to get them to understand about our Haudenosaunee passports, and a lot of work went into it the past year and a half. Lining up with different embassies and key players to help them recognize our passports. So, we held up there, but we got through just in time, and then we landed in Tokyo, and then that was much smoother. But then we got to Hong Kong, and we were stuck at immigration for 4 hours, kind of going through the same thing. So it was tiring. We didn't get into our rooms till probably like 3 o'clock in the morning, Hong Kong time. Wow. So I feel like, yesterday, it's just really important. It was hot. It's hot here, and hydration was key. We had such a long travel that, we really had to make sure our girls are resting. Their, liquids are very important. So that's kind of what, the first 48 hours have been, just trying to, get our wits about us and get with it and, get the rest out today for sure.
Yeah, and speak more about that. I think I read this is the first time Haudenosaunee passport has been used to get to Asia. Can you just share a little bit more about what that means to you all, the monumental moment that, regardless of the challenges, y'all are here and you made it, and what does that mean to you all?
It's huge, and I talked with our team last night, and we had the social media post that pretty much went viral. And we had so many well wishes and congratulatory messages from all of Indian country, not just our own confederacy. And so many people are so proud that we made it and that we made it on our passports, because it really sends a message of sovereignty, knowing what that means to us, to be identified as our original peoples and recognized by other countries to do that. So it's really, I told the girls last night, I said, no matter what happens in this tournament, I said, you already won. I said, you already won. I said, so when you're out in the field and you're feeling bad about maybe the score, if things aren't going your way, I said, you remember you already won. And I said, just do the best you can, because a lot of people are watching. Now it's time for us to rise and to come out and show them what we got, and that we're the originators of the game.
Awesome. And there is a tournament to be played now that you're here. Yep. I don't know how the team's adjusting to the climate. I'm literally sweating as we speak.
Yes.
How's that been going in terms of adjusting just to where we are?
Yeah, yesterday, like I said, was rough with dehydration. A couple girls were, just wasn't hydrated enough. So we had to really emphasize, the diet, and emphasize, taking good care of yourself and resting. So today is much better, but, with our people that we have in the staff here, we talked about how they really need to start adjusting to the climate. So being here right now, because it's so hot, it's nice the sun is actually not out, because it'd be like 10 times worse. But yeah, so I think the girls realized yesterday how it's really been, tough, and that they're like, okay, we're young, but we still got to drink water.
Yeah.
So really trying to really push the liquids, and we have the different hydration packets for them and stuff too. So I think really it's just acclimating to the time, the environment, and also the humidity and all that. I think that's kind of really been our key focus these last couple of days.
Cool. And you mentioned, we talked a little bit yesterday, and you just said the team might be a little young. So just kind of share a little bit about what went into putting this team together as you prepared to come over here.
Yep. So the coaches, we have 4 coaches, and they're a really good coaching staff. They all see different things in different players that, that they see like they can bring to the table. So, some people are used to playing certain positions on, their club teams or their high school teams or college teams even, and, the coaches are asking some of them to do things outside of their comfort zone, because that's what's best for the team right now. And each girl has been awesome about it, and they've been really accepting of it. And they know it's not about them, it's about our people, our nation. It's about what's best for the team, and how we're going to do that together is send a message and do what they got to do. Do your role, get out there and play hard and just do what's asked of you. So that's what they looked at, most of all, is their coachability, not only talent and skills, which we have a lot of that, but the experience level too is like, we have some of our key players that already have played with the women at, different events through World Championships and the Pala Cup. So, it's really awesome. I love this roster because, yeah, we do have some young players, but I think this team probably has the most experience and talent since the last. They keep getting better and better, and that's what's really important is we really want to move towards progression and development. And seeing these girls, like now before we only had one girl who had a year of college under her belt. Now we have like 5 girls who've had a year of college. Now we have 5 girls getting ready to go in their freshman year in D1. I mean, it's just progressing, and that's what we want to see. So we really got high expectations for this team because there is a lot of talent and experience. So we're just hoping to put them all in the right places and just help them, bring us some wins. So yeah.
And I have to ask, so to what extent is that like the story of the women's game from the Haudenosaunee perspective, right? The creators game being traditionally a men's game.
Yeah.
And so now you're starting to establish a little bit more, I guess, established players. Is that because of the traditional aspect of the women's game in your community?
Well, it started with our men, and they always, it's just lacrosse is so prevalent in our community since a very young age. And when you are around it so much, it's like you fall in love with it and you want to try it. You want to be able to, see where it takes you. And for our women, it's done so many wonders for them and, helping them, taking them places like Hong Kong, we went to Jamaica, England, and they're seeing it and they're seeing, the opportunities in it, and it's helping them, get to college, on scholarships and things like that. So I think it's really, when people start to see that, it's like, hey, so-and-so is doing that, and they're going places, so it's kind of like, I want to try that, I want to, if she can do it, I can do it. So it's really building great role models within our, respective communities, and really getting young girls to really feel empowered by it, to see that, because representation does matter, and to see that our own people are making waves and that they're excelling at the highest level, and they're thinking, well, if she can do it, I can do it. So we're really building a community network of young women and sisterhood, and really trying to pass that down to our younger players and getting them to understand, to be supportive of one another. So I think that's really critical for building a program and really, setting examples for our women and what they can do with the game. So it's growing. It's the fastest growing sport in North America. And I think for us too, it's really still kind of small with respect to women, and but we are, that's one thing we want to shift our focus in the next year is what we can do to grow the program at the youth level, and get the sticks in their hands earlier. So it's just really working with each community and really building those relationships and really showing these young girls like the opportunities and the potential that they have if they play lacrosse. So it's really grown a lot, and it's like I said, I expect really top finish this tournament, and I think it's a testament that each time that we win in these tournaments of the progression of the success of the program, but also of our players in each respective community. So it's so important, and ultimately what we want to do is we want to progress, because we got the eye on the Olympics, and we have to show them that we belong there. So it's really important, and the women understand that. And it's just kind of like, just put your pride aside, put your ego aside, and just, keep your eye on the prize, eyes forward, and do what you got to do to get there. So it's really been really awesome journey so far, and I just expect it to get better and better.
Yeah, that's actually a great segue, because that was my next question was, what are the expectations? I think what I saw, I think maybe 6th place is the highest finish y'all have had in this specific tournament, U20 women. So what are the expectations, and what is the key to getting there for this team?
Yeah, so I think the key is more visibility in these types of games. I mean, we've done every tournament that we're invited to, because I think it's so important that the more experience that they have in playing top-notch teams, it just, iron sharpens iron. So we need to get our women in front of these top teams, because it really brings a lot to the table and really brings a lot to their game. and it really helps them develop that much more. So, staying visible in these types of tournaments and staying in top pools so that we can continue to, progress and really play the top teams to stay competitive. So that's what it's going to take to really get us to where we need to be, because ultimately at the end of the day, we need to start medaling. Not medal as women, the literal medal. We all know women can medal, so they're already medally, but, we want the medal. So, we need to start doing that so that we can really show that, we belong. And we've done it with Palace Sixes Cup, but we need to start showing it at these types of tournaments, the World Championships. So there's a lot riding on people's shoulders, and, I tried to say no pressure, but this is what we need to start doing.
Right.
We only have 4 years, so
right.
I think, we'll see what the answer is after this tournament.
Cool. And then continuing on growing not only the game, but your organization, the women's organization, you have Sierra, Paige, Bean, and Jalen here. Just speak to what that means for the organization, but also for the young girls or young ladies that are here representing.
Oh, yeah. And see, that's the one thing I always tell the women, and it's like you give back to the game will give back to you. You love the game will love you back. And they're giving back. They're helping. They want to see the program be successful because they're part of it. They're key components of it. So they're here helping alongside with the women. They're taking care of them. They're like little sisters to them. They're mentoring them, and that's what we need. Real positive role models and mentorship, and that's what they bring to this tournament and what they'll continue to bring. And they do. They'll have conversations on the side and say, I can't wait till this one plays with us. Oh man, she's going to be awesome for our team.
Cool.
Yeah, they're like, they can't wait, and they're seeing it's just like magic coming together, and it's really special and it's spiritual, and it's hard to explain because you got to have that feeling with it. So they see it and they want to share that, but they also want to give back to the game, give back to our people, and this is one of the best ways to do it, because I just think it'll just pay 4 times more down the road. So, we need to keep building that into this program. So it's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. And I'll get you out of here on this. So for you personally, 2 daughters on the team, 1 as a coach, just, kind of talk about what that means to you as a matriarch and one of the leaders of this organization.
Yeah, it's pretty special, when we're advertising for the team. It was pretty special because we were getting our applicants coming in, the resumes, and, my daughter Jalen called up and she was like, hey, she said, she's got a big network of, college players and coaches now. And she's like, hey, are you still accepting resumes? I said, yeah. Why? Who's interested? She said, me. I was like, what? I said, really? She goes, yeah, I'm interested. Cool. She goes, I want to go to Hong Kong. And that's the one thing that we got to really get to, is not only building and developing our players, but also building our own coaching, because these girls have so much experience. It's like I said, it's about giving back. And she's really loves our people. She loves our young girls. She loves, really, trying to show them a way of, being positive and not being, really, cutthroat like some coaches can be. And she's really big on, building them up with confidence and really, trying to instruct them that way. And I have to say, she fits in great with this coaching staff. They're responding well to her and the other coaches, and that's what we want to see. And, really, we want to build that coaching momentum and development within our own communities. So the only way you're going to get that is you have more experience at this level, or the, D1 level too. So it's really helped, or any level, to be honest with you. You just got to love the game. And, sometimes, it's just comes natural to some people, and I feel like she's really got a knack for it. So she's doing great. As far as the 2 sisters, it's I told them, hands off. They cut you. You got to work hard. You got to work extra hard because you're my daughters. I can't, got to be objective. Yep. Can't show any kind of favoritism, any of that stuff, and you got to earn it. Nothing's given to you. Nothing. Yeah. Nobody, you got to earn it. Whatever you do, you got to earn it, and you got to work hard. So lo and behold, they're on the team. They made the cut. So, and they're, doing well. And we just got to hope for, all the girls to do well. So, it's just really, I really did want it for them, but I knew they had to earn it, because it's just, once you're here and you're part of it, you'll realize how special it really is. So, you know, I'm glad they're going to have that experience, because it's really not just about winning. It's about, you know, building these bonds and relationships that will last for years to come. And that just strengthens our communities, and it strengthens the, you know, the matriarchal lines, you know, because a lot of lacrosse players who have played lacrosse, you know, and our mothers now, they're awesome mothers, you know, they're great mothers, you know, and they really set great examples for their kids. So that's what we want to see, you know, even if they do put the stick down and move on and grow with life, and life happens. It's just like, you know, they do, you know, they're just become, you know, good people and raise good people, and that's what's really important.
Awesome. Well, we thank you for the time.
Yes.
We can't tell you how excited we are to be here, and you know, y'all been nothing but more than welcoming since we got here, and so yeah, we're excited for what's in store, and just want you to know that we appreciate you all for welcoming us, and really excited to tell the story that's going to unfold in the next 10 days.
Yep. Yeah, I'm glad you made it too. So we appreciate your support.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.